Hey guys, it's Christina. This is Vox and Guest, and I am joined today by look at this beautiful trio of human beings. We have in the house, I'm very excited, Clank. Say hello, everyone.
Hello, Christina. Hello, voxandstix. Thank you.
You're welcome. So, guys watching, listen, they are coming from France. I'm in New York. We kind of speak each other's languages. They speak much better English than I do French. We have a little bit of a tech echo going on, so it's going to be a movable feast, but this band is fantastic and funny, and I'm so excited to talk to them. So, we're going to go over all the hurdles and we're going to make it work. So before we begin, why doesn't everyone introduce themselves and tell everyone what you do in the band?
Hello. I am Mark. I'm the singer and I write the lyrics of the band.
There you go.
Hello, I'm Jeff and I'm making the music.
Yeah. Jeff does all the machines, so.
Hi, I'm Jean and I'm the second singer with Marcos.
Yeah, there we go. So there we have
she's
it.
Making chorus.
She's making what?
The chorus?
Oh, the chorus.
Are you
Yeah,
sure?
yeah, absolutely.
Chorus?
Yeah.
Oh,
Except for there are a couple songs where Jean sings the lead, but we will get to that.
Exactly.
So, no, listen, guys, I like to talk to the audience that will be watching this because they're family and they watch pretty much everything that we put out here. And this band, I know people know Clank. I know you know them. I don't think you know them well enough. So we want to change that today because they're terrific. Okay. So what I would like to do, though, language aside, I have to start every show with a question that is very serious, very intelligent, very important, and very meaningful. Okay. And you may cry. You may, I don't know. There may be all kinds of emotions that come up, but I think you can handle it. Are you three ready? You're like, I guess. If we have to be, I've built it up a lot. Here we go. What is the strongest animal that you believe you could wrestle and win? Mark is leaving. Mark is looking for an animal somewhere.
L'animal qui quoi?
I hear
You know
someone
what?
speaking.
You know what? You know what?
What?
I'm a lion. I'm a lion. I can. The lion.
You could fight a lion and you
Yes,
could win.
because I am a lion. I'm a lion, you know? An astral. That's my astral name.
Oh, okay. Okay, you're a Leo.
Then
I see.
No problem with the lion.
Okay.
The snail. I can fight the snail.
Jeff is more realistic, I think. Okay. All right, Jean.
I don't know.
No? I mean, a turtle.
No animal?
Cat.
A cat.
A cat.
Okay. Un petit
Because-
chat. Okay. All right. No problem. I got it.
7 life. She has 7 lives.
Oh, that's true. That's true. You'd have to keep fighting them. Okay. So we have a lion. Not so sure about that, Mark, but okay. A snail. I feel
Not
pretty
sure, not
good
sure.
about that. And a cat. A small cat. An old cat. Okay. All right. See, I told you it was a very, very important question. I told you. And I bet you've
very
never been
important.
asked that in an interview before.
No, never.
Or never again. Okay, so let's get down to the real stuff. I would love to know from each of you, how did you begin in music in the first place? Were you children? Was it when you were older? À quel âge did you begin music?
Okay. I think I began, I was 16.
Okay.
And at first time, I tried the drums. But a few times and few months after that first experience, no money at house to play and to learn drums.
Okay.
And then I stop it and I think, oh, you have a voice. Then maybe you can sing.
Okay.
That's what I do from this time.
So did you sing in school? Were you in the choir? Did you sing?
I sing every day in my mind. In fact, and then
Aw.
in my head, I'm always singing
Yeah.
from in the shower, in the toilets, everywhere in the car. I'm always singing, and there's always a melody in my head. That's terrible, you know.
Yeah, that's a good thing. I like that. I'm that way too. I sing. I'm the same way. So okay, so
But-
you were go
But
ahead.
the first time I tried drums, it was not very good.
Okay, so 16 and drums for a few minutes and then singing. Okay, Jeff. Oh, Dream.
Jean? Well, in the beginning, I start with the Martians.
Right.
The Martians? Mushrooms? No.
Not mushrooms.
Les Martians. Les
Right.
Martians with
Oh,
the mushrooms.
that was the
you know?
first. That was the first time you sang. No mushrooms. No. Mushrooms
Yeah.
might help. Actually, we'll get to that, guys. The Martians is another band that Clank is affiliated with. But when you were a child, Jean, you didn't sing as a child.
Oh, just piano, or when I'm a little girl,
Oh,
I
piano.
practice
Okay.
piano.
Do you still
That's
play
all.
piano?
No,
No, not in.
no.
Okay, you
Not
just
really.
sing. Okay, so you started with piano, and then when did you realize that you can sing? How old were you?
With these two guys,
Oh, so it was with Les Martiens. Okay, okay.
Les Martiens.
Okay. So
with Marcos and Jeff.
okay, so that was what, like 1992, 90, somewhere in there. 94. Okay. Okay. 19?
Non, j'avais plus que 19 ans.
No, we'll say 19. No, blues good. All right, so okay, so piano and then voice, and then what about you, Jeff? Did you want to
And
answer?
Jeff.
I'm the last to answer because it's very, very long.
Okay, that's good. I like that.
I began practice. I was 10, 11.
Okay.
I began to play the organ. My father is a musician. My father play guitars and play organ.
Okay.
We got an organ at home,
Oh wow.
and I began to practice to play by ear. And my father
Okay.
just gave me some chords to play
Right.
and so on. And after that, I stopped playing, and I at the age of 16, 17, I was listening a lot of music, the
Okay.
Beatles, and then all the new wave groups,
Yes, okay,
new
yeah.
wave bands, The Cure, Depeche Mode, and so
That
on.
makes sense to
And
me. Okay.
I start to play guitar.
Okay.
And I start to play guitar to play the songs I like, U2, New Order, and so on. And I was at this time I was like a beginner, a nerd beginner, and
Yeah.
and I liked drum machines, and
Okay.
I start to buy some machine to play along with me.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
So I was playing guitar and with a 4-track cassette.
Oh, cool.
4-track tape.
Okay.
And I work all the summer to pay
For that.
that machine.
Yes,
And I start to record on my 4-track with little synths, little drum
okay.
machines.
Okay.
And after I knew I knew Mark since that period, and we play along.
Together.
He has a
Okay.
band. He has a band, and I had another band. I play with a friend of mine. We play the bass, and we start
Okay.
to play with drums, electronic drums.
Yeah.
Before the Martians.
Before the
Yeah.
Martians.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Another life.
Yes. I'm interested in that
He's-
one too. So this is good. This is good.
his band was called Confusion, and my band was called the Salopio.
Salopio.
Stupid name. And after we were friends, and we decided to make a band.
And together,
with,
right?
with friends. We knew another friend who was playing drums, but no band. Another friend who was playing good player guitar.
Okay.
Who has not a band, and
That's
et cetera,
lucky.
et cetera. And we decided to play in the basement at my home,
Okay.
and we founded the Martians.
Amazing.
Les Martians.
Amazing.
And it was in 1994.
Okay.
And since that we played.
Yeah, you've been together somehow ever
yeah.
since. Yeah. Okay.
And
You
Wow.
understand? We know each other from a long time.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
very
Okay.
long time.
So you were both about 16, 17 when you started playing together, but Dreen, you came in a little after? At what point were the three of you
Oh,
together?
Yeah, after. Yeah.
Okay.
I met Drin I was 20, 25, 26. So very,
So it was quite a while.
very
Okay.
after. And I met Drin at the moment where the Martian starts to play.
Okay. So now,
It's important to say. It's a couple.
okay. That I didn't know.
Yes.
Okay. You're sitting in the middle, Mark. You
Yes.
are an
It's why I'm
obstacle
here
to
in the
love.
middle.
An
Yeah.
obstacle to love. You're in the way. You're keeping them apart. It's
Yes.
like a little Chernobyl. You're keeping them separated. It's terrible. No, but okay. So
I'm in the middle
No,
between my two friends. You know.
it's a good thing. Okay, so you two.
It's only for tonight.
There you go. That's good. But so you started Les Martians in 1994, and that was with Dreen, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
At the first
So,
time, yes.
but did you play together without Dreen for a while, just as a band before you were officially Les Martians, or?
Alors,
No.
No,
Les Martians,
okay.
it's a big.
Oh yeah.
It's a big history. It's a big
Oh, yeah.
history because there's a few bands. There's a few
Yeah.
bassmen, a few guitarists,
Yeah.
a few drummers.
It's a big band.
It's a long story.
Yeah. We will
It's,
talk about all of that. Absolutely.
yeah.
Okay, but so once you three began, you were Les Martians, and that was it. And you've been a fixture, or at least were in Marseille for 10 something years, a long time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, guys watching at home, a band that can stay together for 10 years or more is like a unicorn. It's amazing. Most bands do not last that long. So, okay. So I want to make sure before we get too far, I want to play your song for everyone. But before we do that, I think we should say that Clank is an electro pop rock group. That's the music that you guys make. You would agree with that, I guess? Okay, good. Well, it's that way anyway. And so, I mean, the music is really interesting because you've got two voices, you've got all this instrumentation, and you've got all of these electronic sounds and effects and everything. And it's the way that Clank makes music is different from every other electro pop band I've heard. So I was excited because it's something newer to me. So we will talk about Les Martians and how it, moved into Clank, but I guess we should talk about just when you decided to start Clank. So 2018.
Yeah.
Okay.
2018. Yeah.
So how did you three decide to, did you leave Les Martians, or are you still working with them, or was it over, or is that a very long answer?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I will try to explain.
We'll get to that after the song then. Let's do so in 2018 they decided, the three of them, to make a project that was smaller, a little more compact, probably easier to schedule with only 3 people. And Clank was born. And so they just released, by the time this is out, it will have been a couple of months, but this is January 20th. We're on just yesterday. They released a brand new song called Jacqueline. Is it Jacqueline? Not Jacqueline, right? Jacqueline? Jacqueline. Okay, Jacqueline. So tell me un petit peu about Jacqueline, and then we'll play it and we'll come back.
This song was written and imagined during the COVID-19.
I figured.
And
yeah.
and it's a song that it was the lyrics are very basic. It's just a story about a woman named Jacqueline who is walking his dog, a poodle,
a little cute
caniche,
little poodle.
a poodle, in the street, and because of the pandemic, all the business is down, is closed down,
right?
And there is no hairdresser, there's no restaurant, there's nothing is open, and she's in the street, and then there's nobody, and she's just walking the dog. Because in France, I don't know, in US, in France, you have the possibility to go outside your home
for your pets.
If you walk the dog.
Right.
Terrible. That's terrible.
This is the only freedom you could have at this moment. So the song was about that. It's just about a woman who walks the dog.
And maybe you don't understand all the lyrics, but it's there's a few. I can say this. You have to clean your hands.
Yeah.
You have to wash your hands every day, every time, with the jelly, okay?
Right.
The gel.
I remember. Right.
You understand?
Right.
Okay.
Chaque fois le main. Yeah. I remember. Okay, I got
And then, in fact, Jeff had a very good idea. It's a sample. He made a sample, and we take a little lyrics of a state's government, and it was
okay.
It was yes.
The sample, lavez-vous très régulièrement les mains.
Mm-hmm.
It's a sample from the government.
Like the announcement of what to,
announcement to say, wash regularly your hands.
Yeah.
And I cut the sample in the way that lavez-vous très régulièrement les mains, wash regularly your hands, and I cut the message,
dialogue. Yeah.
The dialogue, and I just keep the the hand of the dialogue. Say, puis jetez-les, and then
and you
just
repeat it.
Throw it.
Yeah.
In fact, it was you have to throw your
mask?
handkerchief.
Oh, handkerchiefs. Yeah. Tissues, handkerchiefs. Yeah.
So the sample is lavez-vous très régulièrement les mains, the hands, puis jetez-les. So like if you just throw your hands.
Okay. Which is good for,
It's stupid, but
but actually that's how a lot of people felt was, so you throw your hands. It makes sense. I like that. That's
wash your hand
very
and
clever.
Throw your hands.
Mark's got it. Ooh.
That's just an.
That's clever. I like that. I got most of that, but that part I didn't know. Okay, that's very cool.
that's why I explained, because it may be strange if you don't understand why this is this
Cut that
sample
way.
is like that.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
just a funny cut.
This song is completely crazy, you know?
It's great though. It's fun and it's so easy to dance to. And guys, before we've talked about it, now you need to hear it. This is the brand new single by Clank, Jacqueline. Here we go.
Picogel, picogel, picogel. Picogel, picogel, picogel. Picogel, picogel, picogel. Jacqueline sans son chien. Niche, 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 niche. Jacqueline, pas les masques. Jacqueline.
Lavez-vous très régulièrement les mains,
Picogel, picogel, picogel.
puis jetez-les.
On a changé. Picogel, picogel, picogel. Les bars sont fermés. Les restos sont fermés. Jacqueline,
Lavez-vous très régulièrement les mains, puis jetez-les.
Jacqueline sur son chien. Picogel, picogel, picogel. Jacqueline, plus de boulot. Picogel, picogel, picogel. Tête de canard. Elle fait la manche, Jacqueline. Elle fait la manche. Jacqueline, plus de boulot.
I have to say, I saw this come out yesterday and I knew that you had the new song coming and I was glad it was going to be out before we talked so that we could speak about it. And your music as Clank is so varied. It's so different from song to song. You have things that are similar among them. So they all make sense. It all sounds like Clank. And I think, Mark, especially with your voice and Dreen with yours, that anchors it, that makes it familiar, right? Because we hear those voices throughout, and it ties everything together. But it's just so funny to me that you have some songs that would be great in a club, Jacqueline, Supervision, like you have these songs that are just, you just want to dance. And then you have things that are really complex and really serious in some ways, especially the lyrics. But they're still catchy. They're fun. You can dance to them, except for like an Uma Uma, maybe not so much dancing or different kind of dancing. But so, I mean, when you decided to write this, first of all, the video is obviously, I mean, all of your videos are very surreal. The visuals are very unusual. Lots of, it's like a dream, it's like these little flashes, but, watching the little puppy, riding along in the car with the wind and just walking down the street, and it's, I like that because it lets me listen to the music and feel the music, but I'm still getting, right. But I'm still getting, I think you three have a very good sense of humor in your music. It's fun. You're not taking it too seriously. But your music is serious. I mean, it's well, not serious, but it's done very well. But you're not deeply serious, and everything is very, it's got humor. And I think the vocals, especially in Jacqueline, are like that, where it's very over the top. There's a lot going on vocally. So talk to me about how you build your songs. How do you write them? How do you record them? I know, that's okay. You keep thinking that the answers are going to be too long. There's a reason that this show is usually a few hours long. I like the long answers. So tell me, how do you start? Do you start with lyrics? Do you start with a beat? Do you start with music? Does it depend? Any song you want to do, or just in general?
Then it depends.
Okay.
It depends of the moment. It depends if Jeff propose one sound, a few sound, and in general, that's right. We are going to we send one jam, an electronic jam.
Okay.
And I sing, and it's coming.
Okay.
Something is coming.
Okay.
Or it's good, and we keep it. It's not good. It's going in the trash.
Au revoir. Yeah. Okay.
Au revoir. And in fact, sometimes it's jam. Sometimes it's coming at first by the lyrics.
Okay.
But 90% of the time it's coming from the sound.
Okay.
And from the jam.
That's very cool.
And after the brain is doing the rest, Yeah. And especially Jacqueline is very special because when the sound of the voice, it's a first time how do we record.
Oh, just one time?
It's one record. We have we talked about that and say, well, we can do it better, but we have to, at the end, we said we vote, and we said we keep it like this because that the first take.
Wow.
First take, and it's it we have to keep it like this.
Yeah.
It's a first take, but a lot of editing.
Okay, but still, that's fine. I mean,
the first take, because you've got the power, the energy that was in the first jam.
Yeah.
So we took the. If I want to go a little technique.
Yeah.
When we jam, we record the jam in a multi-track.
Smart. Yeah, smart.
On the computer.
You have everything.
And then we have the possibility to just
pull out
the voice,
right,
and the beat and something, and then I just made the editing after that. But we did, which is important, that we keep the first take and the first délire. I don't know.
Like the joy of it, the emotion, the
emotion, and the energy of this song, and just for the anecdote, for the
good, yeah.
Anecdote, you understand?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Anecdote. Yeah. For the little story, the name Jacqueline comes from a pattern in my in one of the machine.
Okay.
Who was a rhythm pattern, who was named Jacqueline.
Oh, okay. That's cool. Okay.
I saw this. And
so
there's the name.
Mark saw this and say,
I saw this on the computer,
on the screen was written Jacqueline
on
the pattern, and you say, well, Jacqueline sur son chien.
Yeah.
And it begins like this.
You started singing it. Okay.
so if the pattern was named
Joe.
Miranda, it was Miranda sur son chien.
But Jacqueline,
It's good. It
sounds
was
great,
Jacqueline.
You know?
Yeah, that was better. Yeah.
It sounds great. Yeah.
Yeah, much better. No, okay, so but that's a perfect example though, because you have sounds going, you have music going, you're singing, and you see this name, and then that's part of the lyrics all of a sudden, and that's tremendous. That's just, I mean, that's so much fun too, that you're open to exploring whatever lyrics you might have, whatever sounds you might make, that you can really play. And I think that's something that I hear in all of your music, is that it's playful. It's not rigid. It's not, as I said, overly serious. Even the things that are more serious. I mean, you, again, as I said, you do have songs that are quite serious lyrically, and even musically, they're slower. They're more intense, but I can hear that you all play around with each other. It's fun, and you're experimenting and you're exploring. And so this was one take. Okay. I'm assuming usually it's more. So how often, like how many times do you usually work on a song or try a song before you feel like this is it, we're done, we're ready, we have it? It probably depends too, I would think, on the song.
You know what? For Jacqueline, it was very quickly. In fact, first time for the voice.
Yeah.
After there's a big work. Jeff made a big work on the sounds and the samples and the synthesizers.
Right.
And
Right.
the editing.
Right.
Of course.
Right.
But this song was quick made.
This one, yes, this one.
Yes,
but
this
I
one is
mean,
quick
Si J'avais Su, or Poudre or something like that, longer, right? Yes, like not
It's
one.
different.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. So that's more what I'm asking. Usually, it would take more than one take to do a song. So is it usually 3 times, 5 times, 100 times? Does it depend? Ça dépend, or
Ooh.
yeah. Okay.
It depends of the title.
Okay.
And, there's different songs. The first AP was with the lyrics. It was different. There was a big work
Right.
on the lyrics.
Right.
On the first AP, and the music too. We take a long time for the
Okay.
first AP, but. And it was comment dire enregistré?
Sorry.
Bad
No,
English.
it's fine.
Good singer, but bad English. Sorry.
You know why I speak French, because it's my language.
Right,
That
exactly.
In fact, it's more easy for me and for the public. At the first time, our public is French, but
Right. Here, it's
and now
everywhere.
and with your help, okay, I understand that English public is very important.
Fine. You're fine. Everyone understands exactly. Jeff is just being mean. American.
Just for Poudre, for the EP. All the music was made in our
Studio?
home studio.
Yeah.
In the Yonder Lab, and the first recordings of the lyrics was in the home studio, but we decided to make the recordings of the voice. Of the last takes in the Alps, in a friend of ours.
Oh, okay.
Who have a big house in the mountains, and we wish
Fresh hair.
a cool ambient, and we
Yeah,
we
yeah.
we
Oh, wow.
record in in a room very like a basement, very,
okay.
with walls.
So you couldn't see the
stone
Alps,
walls.
but you knew they were there.
And it was an experience.
Yeah.
We were focused only on the lyrics.
Yeah. Okay.
And
The music was made.
the
Right.
music was
I understand. Je
okay.
Mhm.
And we put the lyrics and with the same sound on all the
Right,
songs. It was
right.
very important to have this sort of
Right.
identity
Throughout.
same identity on
See,
all the
that's what I meant earlier, that the vocal, it's funny that you said that now, because remember I said when you hear Mark and you hear Jean, you know those are Clank's voices. You know that, and it's through every song. So you did that. It worked. It was a success, you know, because it is an identity. It is something that, you know, because when I prepare for this show, I listen to everything that I can find. You know, I listen to every song that I can find. So I go through Spotify, I go through YouTube, I go through Bandcamp, I go through SoundCloud, I go through everything. And sometimes what'll happen is that if I'm listening to a band, but like on Spotify, it's a single, so it's just one song, it's not in an EP or an LP. If I'm not actively choosing the next song, my phone will just play something random, you know? And so I had a couple of days ago, I was listening through, and it was just different music, and I forgot, I was washing dishes or something. It was playing whatever it was playing. And I heard a voice, and I said, that's Clank, you know, and I looked, and it was, you know, and that's what you want. You want that. You want people to hear you and go, I know who that is. It's Clank. So I thought that was very cool that, you know, even just not paying attention, I went, you know, and it was a song I hadn't heard yet. So it wasn't like I recognized it. I knew it was Mark's voice. I knew Mark. I was like, that's
Thank
Clank.
you
That's
for
Mark.
this.
Yeah.
Real
Yeah.
Thank you for this.
Oh, you're welcome.
We don't know it, you know? We don't know it.
Yeah.
We are on the other side of the music, then we don't know it. And
Yeah.
when we listen to what you are talking about, it's very important for us.
Well, and
Thank you.
I think that no, it's one of the things that made me want to do this show was I know as a musician, I've been a singer my entire life, that it's so common to work and work and work on your music and to put it out into the world, and then you hear nothing. No one says, oh, this is amazing, or, oh, I was confused, or, oh, that was cool. How did you? You don't get any feedback a lot of times. And it's sad, you know, and it hurts because you work so hard, you know? And so one of my favorite things about this show is that I can sit with people I have never met and will probably never meet in person, and learn their music, learn their stories, learn their history, and then tell them, I love this song, I love, you know, Belle de Nuit, it's beautiful, and I listen to it sometimes when I'm going to bed, or, you know, I can say that to you, and you might not otherwise hear it, but it makes me as happy to tell you as it seems to make you to hear it. So it works both ways. But no, absolutely. And it's not true for everyone where I would be able to go, oh, that's Clank. You know, that doesn't always happen. So it's what you chose to do with your voices, with the vocals. It worked. You know, it made it clear. I always know, you know, and even again, if I'm listening to like an Uma Uma and it's Jean who's singing lead, you know, rather than Mark, I can go, oh, okay, that's Jean now. I recognize her too, you know, because Jean, you have a beautiful voice. You do. And it's just so, I don't know if the ethereal, is that a word that makes, it's very dreamy and ethereal and but warm too, you know, and rich and full. And Mark, you've got this cool you're just cool. Like your voice is just cool. You know, you're very, as I said, playful. And then sometimes you'll go and you'll hit these notes that are really high. And I'm like, wow, okay, how did he do that? How did he do that? So I just, and again, that's not to take anything away from you, Jeff, with the music, because without the music, there's no song. You know, it's just a cappella, right? So, which is great, but different. So I really, that was something that I kept remarking to myself as I listened through. And I'm curious when we start to talk about Les Martians, who did what where, because sometimes I could hear it was Mark, and then sometimes it wasn't, I don't think. Or maybe I'm wrong, or maybe you sounded different because it was longer. I don't know. But you are very identifiable as Clank. And I think that's very important because you don't sound like anyone else, which makes it special and interesting, which
thank you very much.
Yeah, no, you're very, very welcome.
Thank you very much for this.
You're so welcome. I didn't mean to interrupt the story about that. So you had done all of the music in the home studio. You went to the Alps and sat in the basement and did the vocals, and then you came out of it. And how did you finish it, putting it together in the professional studio or back at home, or when was it done?
Always is all the songs are going out from the home studio.
Okay.
The only thing we can produce for the more and the much and the better sound, it's how would you say it?
How would you say it in French? Maybe I'll understand it. Oh.
Moment.
I thought I heard merde, and I know that word.
The mastering.
Oh, mixing and mastering. Yeah, okay.
The mastering is doing in the professional.
Sure.
With the professional man because it was good. The last audio song, Jacqueline was not professional mastering.
Really?
Is it making difference? Maybe.
No,
but it's not important for us, you know.
To me. So that was you. Okay.
We did the mastering because
great.
The sound of Jacqueline is really different.
Yes.
Of the other songs.
Yes. Yes.
I made some tests, some sound tests, and I thought that the mastering couldn't afford more sound.
I agree. I really do. I agree because it's a very different song. You know, it's very I think it's closest to Supervision in the sense of, you know, the feel of it, but still very different. And it's I don't know if this will translate, but quirky is the word that I think of, and I don't know if that does that mean anything? I don't know what the French word for quirky would be, but it's not unusual, it's not weird, it's not strange. It's just it's interesting and it's different. That's really what it means.
It's more like the French touch sound, like Mr. Oiseau, you know, Mr.
Okay.
Oiseau.
Vaguely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little stupid, a little.
Well, it really
boomy.
You cannot help but move when you hear that song. You cannot help it because it's just that, you know, it's got that beat, and it's very dancey, very danceable.
In our music, there's something electronic, of course, and there's something rock.
Yes.
In the
yes.
In the lyrics, in the way of singing, I think.
Yes,
but
absolutely, especially with you. Yes.
There's a big French touch, electronic touch.
Yes.
In all what we did.
Yeah. No, I hear all of that. And one of the things that I love, and you do it in Supervision especially, and I want to talk about the fact too that you guys are usually not content with just one version of a song. You like to remix them, which I love. I was so happy to find that on YouTube, that because I think the only version of Les Roses that's on Spotify is the creepy version, you know, that one. And then, but then you have all these other, snippets, which we're going to talk about that. Fantastic. But I love when I hear little details like you'll take Dreen's voice and it'll be that, and you'll do that club thing and it just plays. And I love that. There's something about the energy of that, that build and that dynamic of that, and what's coming and it's going to build into this huge moment. And to have a voice do that is always fun for me too, because it keeps it human. As electronic as it is, it's still human. And so you have all of these effects in Jacqueline and Supervision, like, robot sounds and lasers and almost like a video game and you've got all of that. But the voices keep it human. It keeps me hooked in that way that I can say, oh, okay, there we go. We're back with the vocals. And even if it's just a note. And I mean, you do that sometimes where you'll repeat a sound, like when we hit, and there's something about doing that it's almost like it for me at least, it tells me that something is coming. It's you're and so and then it doesn't disappoint. It goes somewhere. It goes where it needs to go. You've come up with a different sound, or you change the beat slightly, or the lyrics change, or tell me what you think about that,
It's
Jack.
like a baby coming. Maybe
Usually, I can tell you right now, it's not usually that fun. I'm not going
it's
like
only
this.
human, in fact,
It's a lot less painful than that, thankfully, to listen to Clank than it is to have a whole human come out of you. But yes, that the anticipation is similar. I will give you that.
Yeah. I like to play. I like to play with the lyrics like an instrument, and I think the beauty of a lyric is that is unique, and you can put it and distort it, cut it, editing it, and make it like a real instrument, and that's very, very, very playful. I like it. I like to play with that. It's because with an instrument, all the instruments you can you can do, but the instrument, but the voice, you have no limit what you can do.
Right. And that makes it more unique because no one sounds like Mark and no one sounds like Dreen. So you have an instrument that doesn't exist anywhere else, and that's part of the identity. You can make it sound like, because the voice is an instrument, to be clear, obviously, but you mean in a way that can be manipulated and changed and affected. And I hear that too. You'll do that, like in Romeo Chernobyl, you have, those effects on the voice, and it makes it sound otherworldly, almost like it's spooky or from another place, and so it's smart to do that because I think the voice has so much to do with the emotion of a song, even separate from the lyrics. Just the timbre of the voice, the sound of the voice is going to, if you listen to I'm trying to think of some of the people you mentioned, like if you listen to The Cure, that voice is emotionally, where you're going, but if you listen to David Bowie, different thing. If you listen to, it obviously, like Adele is something else. So I love that you take it and you can change it in a way that makes it seem like something that is inorganic, but it's still a voice, so it's still organic too, if that makes any sense. So what were you going to say, Mark?
we are in a musical world when you say David Bowie and The Cure and Depeche Mode and Simple Minds and U2. It's our world. It's our years when we were young, in fact.
All peoples.
We are very old people.
No, you're
Hello,
not.
America. Hello, the world. We are
No,
very
you're not.
old.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
No. We are very young in our
but,
heads, in our minds. In fact,
That's what
And,
really and actually young too in general. But yes, I
Yeah.
understand.
yes.
I understand.
And I just wanted to say, when you were speaking about Romeo Chernobyl, one of our songs, and it's a very great job on that song, and few times it's coming from the melody,
Okay.
and at first time some songs are coming from jam, some songs are coming from melody.
Yeah.
In a dream, in the night, it's coming like that, and after I write, and it's coming, and after we played, and we create the music together with the band.
Yeah.
It's coming like that.
No, and it really, I mean, we might as well talk about it. I mean, so for everyone who hasn't heard it yet, you need, first of all, go listen to it once you're done watching the show. But it is a song, and I mean, again, I hope that I understood the lyrics to get it well enough. But it's first of all, there are 3 pieces to the song, right? So you have the radio version, you have the original version, and then you have the epilogue, right? So you've got 3 pieces there. And you need them all, I think. But it's a very dark and ominous song. I mean, as I understood it, at least, we're talking about a couple in Chernobyl that has been separated and basically just disappears, bathed in this blue light. And there's a beautiful line in there. I'm going to butcher it, but it was something like... we blow away like wax or something like that. What is it? It's do you remember your own lyrics? Mark, do you remember?
My own lyrics?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
but
No.
the idea, because you have the
At the end.
refrains, yeah.
Little portions.
pieces.
Little pieces.
Okay, yeah, pieces. Yeah,
We're becoming little pieces,
Pieces.
as electrons, or atoms.
and it's just it's sad and it's beautiful, and then you have this chorus that do you know the band Erasure? Do you know the band? It reminds me of Erasure in a way, a band I love, but it's this very almost cheerful chorus, it musically, but not lyrically. Lyrically, I mean, I keep hearing "se séparer," and I'm like, oh geez, it's such a story that you're telling with that song. It's where did that come from? I mean, what inspired you to write about? I mean, it's such an unusual topic.
It's coming from my head.
Okay. What was going on in your head, Mark?
Yes, because I seen the serial TV,
Yeah.
Chernobyl.
Madness.
And I saw that serial TV, and I say,
Oh, okay.
ooh, TV serial.
I got
understand?
you. Series. Yeah.
Okay, and I say, wow, beautiful. Then I have to do something with this.
Okay.
And a few months ago, I wrote some lyrics about this, and I think, and I made a mix between love and the story of Chernobyl, and I said, I can imagine a couple of human love, and it's the day of it's finished for these 2 people, these 2 lovers, and in fact that's the last day, and Romeo, the man, has to have a big history and a big job, because he have to stop the machine, but he cannot do it.
Yeah.
And it's the end. And in fact, the love is disappearing in the sky.
Yeah. No,
Like
I thought it was so smart, because you hear about things like Chernobyl, and if you're not living in it, it's an abstract, right? You don't really think about the horror of something
far.
like that.
It's very far.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's, we do that in life. If it's not, in your town or your street or your city or your state or your, country even, we don't, that's over there. That's somebody else's problem. We just don't think about it. And I think people do that to protect themselves, but it does mean that we don't always care about everything the way that we should. And what you've done with this song is you've made it personal. Because we might not care about people, but we can care about a couple. We've been a part of a couple, or we're raised by a couple, or we're friends with a couple, or we're parents to a couple, and we can understand that and relate to that. And it's so the way that you repeat certain phrases in that, that we're separating and we disappear. It really hits you, it's very affecting. It's, and I just, but it's enjoyable to listen to. So, I want to make sure everybody at watching this doesn't think you're going to be tuning into this, absolute horror fest of, people, being obliterated in Chernobyl. It's a great song. It's just that if you're paying attention to the lyrics, and you speak French, there's a real story there, and it's dark and it's beautiful.
That's a Calanque or clunk touch, because
is it Calanque? Is that how you say it? Have I been saying it the wrong way?
In fact, the name we don't say clunk.
Okay.
We
Calanque.
say K /
Well, that makes sense because you've got this.
Lank.
Oh, I apologize. Okay,
and
Calanque.
you know what? It's Calanque, and Calanque in French, it's a creek.
Oh.
We are living
Do you know
in Marseille, near the sea.
Okay. Wow. Okay, Calanque.
Yeah.
So look at that. You should have told me
Calanque.
an hour ago that I was saying it incorrectly.
In French, it's Calanque.
Calanque. I watched that little clip of you. There's a little video of you sitting there going Calanque, and I still missed it. So, go figure. But it okay. So you, okay. There you go. So now everybody, we'll start the interview over. Hi, this is Christina. I'm here.
No problem. No,
We'll just
doesn't
flip that
matter.
in. Yeah. Okay. So go ahead. What were you going to say, Jeff?
It's a game where it's a word game. Calanque is the place in Marseille where you have the creeks, cliffs falling in the sea.
Okay.
White. And the blue sea and the white cliffs, and this is the Calanque. It's unique in the world, and
I didn't know.
clunk.
How's my hair?
If you say clunk in clunk is it's like a noise.
K / clunk. Lank. K / lank.
Calanque.
K / A. Alors, K / LANK. C'est clair là. LANK.
Right. Like a clank, we would say here. Yeah.
Clank.
Yeah. Yeah. Clonk is prettier though. Yeah.
And clank in Holland, Netherlands language means music or sound.
Oh, okay. Very cool. Look at that. So depending on where you're from, it's going to mean something completely different.
So
like that.
Calanque, clonk.
I'm going to go with Calanque because that is actually how it's spelled. And what is is it a mountain, that triangle that you have with your name? Okay. Okay. See,
In fact, Marseille is there's a lot of little mountains around Marseille.
Mhm.
You know,
a little, yeah.
say cliffs.
Cliffs. Yeah. No, I know what you. Yeah.
A lot of cliffs around Marseille.
So okay. So you just saw this on TV, and you were moved to write about it. So is that, I know sometimes the music will begin with Jeff, with sounds or a series of sounds or a sound. But when you're writing the lyrics, Mark, at what point, I know sometimes it comes out of the jam, sometimes it's just the name of the program, but how do you find your lyrics eventually for a song? Is it always just some inspiration? Does Jeff ever say, this is what I'm thinking based on the sounds that I made? This is kind of the idea, or is it just always just out of your crested head?
It's always about a human being, and after looking information and human news at the TV, and in fact I take a few subjects, but it's only human, or it's love, or it's
well, like
ecology.
Right. Okay. But like, so say supervision, for example, right? Okay. Because that's a very, again, as I understood it, kind of a big brother kind of,
Yes.
like we're gonna sneak away into the night, and we're gonna, raise a glass, and we're gonna, and it's just this very defiant, yeah, and I there's a line in the song that I think is something like, I'm not a murderer. I don't want to see my face in the paper the next morning, like, and it, so I that was the point at which I started to go, oh, because that was the first song I listened to, because it was the most recent one until Jacqueline came out, and I'm going, okay, so this was not some silly, oh, everybody party, whatever. Like you're a little bit pissed, maybe. Yeah.
It's just a song about freedom. Where
Right.
we are doing. It's
Right.
about freedom. Where we are
Right.
doing. What
Right.
we can do in the future.
Yeah.
We have to buy a electronic car. We have to no moto. Stop this, and all
Yeah.
this camera are
Cameras,
watching you. Are watching all what you're doing all the day.
Yeah. No, and it's
It's
very
amazing or not? I don't know.
It's rebellious, though.
That's the subject.
Because the last two lines of that song are "cut the cameras." Cut the cameras, and it's so you're like basically like
Yeah. That's the end.
yeah.
That's two things. The cover. You've got the CCTVs
Yeah.
on a rock,
Yeah.
just watching the sea.
Yeah.
Nothing to watch.
Yeah.
But the
they are.
governments want to see everything.
Right.
And
Like,
for
why?
what purpose?
Yeah. Yeah.
For what purpose?
Yeah.
We don't want to be filmed, to be recognized, to be analyzed, to be what's the point? What's
Yeah.
the point?
Yeah.
And the second thing is, it's a very deep text about Big Brother,
Yes.
but we made it something you can dance to.
Exactly. But you do that a lot. It's and I love songs that do that, where they will juxtapose or contrast serious lyrics with music that's more fun or more dance music, or serious music that has more fun lyrics, and because it there's texture there, it makes it interesting, and you can just be in the club and but if you want to actually listen and pay attention, there's something to hear, there's a story, and that's the thing I think I was also impressed by, is that all of the songs, I mean, Jacqueline less so in the lyrics, although it's clear what you're saying, but you're saying it with an economy of words, right? But that all of these songs that you have tell a story. There's always something, and I think it's sometimes it's sad, sometimes it's beautiful, sometimes it's angry, sometimes it's silly, but there's always a story, and I think that's, I'm biased, because I think that there are just some things that can really only be properly expressed in the native language. you say something in French and then I translate it in my head into English, and I know when I look at the French, it's a much more beautiful way to say it than what we would say. No, I mean, it just lyrically, you know, and I think that that's something that, you know, it can be difficult when you have people in other countries who don't speak a language that they really truly get all of it. You know, like I'm somebody who, I will not watch movies that are dubbed where it's English over. I can't do it. I hate it. I will always watch subtitles because there's just something about the language that it was created in, you know, that you have to have that. And even if you don't understand the words, the sounds, the tones, the, you know, all of that, it's part of it, you know. And so I feel like with the music, you know, I would sit there and I would translate back in my head and go, oh, this is really cool. But then I would always listen for it in French once I listened back. Okay. So Jean, for you, since, you know, we haven't had you talk very much, how do you come up with...
shy.
It's okay. Well, you don't have to talk, but if you're willing to, how do you come up with what you sing? How do you come up with your melodies? How do you come up with your parts? Do you write them? Does Mark write them? Is it both of you?
Both of us.
Okay. You're like, that's it. Okay, that's fine. That's a perfectly acceptable answer.
Both of us.
So like Uma, you sing most of that. That's mostly your song, right? So you're going to translate for me, Jeff, a little bit? Okay, yeah. So tell me what Uma is about, because that one, it was a little harder for me to understand absolutely everything, but it sounds like more of a love song to me.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm glad I was right about that. Okay.
Yeah.
C'est une chanson à propos de l'absence de l'autre.
Yes. Yeah, right.
It's a song about the
absence of the other.
The loss of the other.
Yeah.
The loss of the people you
very
love.
Sad. Very sad.
Very sad. Yes.
So when Mark and you will come up with the melody, I mean, sometimes you're singing lyrics and sometimes you're singing sounds, you know, but not an actual lyric. So is that just something you feel, or is it something that you decide to do? Jeff, if you can help me, because that's a weird question even in English. You feel the music, okay?
I feel it.
Okay, it's beautiful. It's beautiful, and
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I love how different you will sound from one song to another song. Sometimes your voice is very strong, and it works for the dance songs, you know, like Supervision or Jacqueline, where it's, you know, it's a more forceful, a stronger sound. And then sometimes, like in Uma, it's much more, it's softer, it's gentler, it's sad, you know, and lovely. And you can change the song by how you choose to sing it, if that makes sense. And I love that. I love that you don't always do the same thing, and neither does Mark. Oh no, Jean, you're alone. You're alone. Oh no, the men, they're gone. That's okay. The girls will talk. But so when you met them, did you immediately feel like, I know exactly, these are people I want to make music with? And did you, actually, I'll ask this first. Were you and Jeff together as a couple first, or were you together in the band, Les Martians, first, and then you became a couple?
We are a couple first.
Okay.
And after, with the Martian and the mushroom, you know.
The mushrooms, right?
Martians. We play music.
Okay.
With many friends.
That's wonderful. Okay, so you were together first. Okay.
You know?
The mushrooms.
Not mushrooms.
That's it now. For me, that's the name of the band, is the Mushrooms. That's it. Les Martians no more. It's the Mushrooms. That's it.
Mushroom is in Canada.
But I was talking to Jean about the vocals, and welcome back, by the way. But, you know, and how, first of all, how beautiful Jean's voice is. and then just how you two come up with your melodies, how you come up with the way that you sing. And what I was saying is that one of the things that I love about Dreen's voice is that she will change it to sound different for different songs. So she will be stronger and more, forceful or fun or playful on the more dance songs like Jacqueline or Supervision. But for something like in Uma Uma, where it's a sad song, she has a more of a jazzy sort of torch song. I don't know if there's an equivalent in French, but just, one of those, almost like an Edith Piaf or something like that, where it's just very like, not the same timbre, but that same sort of, it's very like, and you do that too. You will change how you sing for the song.
Yuma Yuma, Yuma Yuma. This song is, the title is typically human, okay? Yuma Yuma.
Okay.
Yuma, it's a female surname, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And Yuma, it's human. And in fact, I wrote the lyrics, and we were training about that song, and I say, Dreen, that song you have to sing at first alone on that song.
Yeah.
It's not for men, it's for women. You have to do it.
Yeah.
And
it's beautiful. And it's funny because I think it's maybe the fourth song on the album, and I'm not sure exactly, but I had been used to hearing you, Mark, start all the songs, and so, and Dreen has these beautiful harmonies, and then you have songs where you guys are kind of set off from each other, so you'll say something, she'll say something, whatever. But when I heard Dreen begin the song, I went, ooh, she gets to sing lead, and it made me pay attention more because I knew there was a choice for that. You both sing plenty, so it's not like, Mark, you're stealing all of the vocals, but and it makes sense that you say that now, that it had to be her. It had to be her song at the beginning because
we did that choice.
That's the perspective, and it makes so much sense. And it sets us up, for this woman who is experiencing this loss and this grief, and it brings you in right away, and it's just so sad, it's just such a sad song, but it's so pretty, it's really lovely. And I love that you have so much of your music. That's why I lit up, Jeff, I think when you started talking about, who you were listening to at the beginning, the new wave stuff, because I heard all of that. I heard Depeche Mode, I heard Erasure, I heard the Smiths, I heard The Cure, I heard all of that. And Uma Yuma has that kind of, it starts with isn't that the one that starts, it's almost like the organ is sort of, it's a little wobblier at the beginning. There's a piano or organ or something. Yeah. And so it's got that, what I think of in my American way as this sort of very
electric piano.
Okay, yeah,
like big wobbly effect.
Yes, and it's got that very sort of almost Parisian feeling, that sense. And so I'm already in a mood from that, and I think that's one of the things that has impressed me. And I may have said this already before, but I don't think I said it precisely this way yet, that you three are very good at creating the mood without doing too much. Like right away, I will know this is one of the fun, dancey songs, and the lyrics might be more serious, but this is one where if I just want to turn my brain off and not pay attention to the lyrics, I can just go and dance and have fun to this one. This one is more serious, it's more heartfelt, and then you have songs that are a little bit of both, but the atmosphere of the songs is very clear very quickly, and I was impressed at how you managed to do that right away and not with a lot of work, and I don't know how to explain this better. It's not really a language issue, it's just the way that my brain is coming up with what I want to say. But does any of that make sense, what I said? Do you understand what I mean?
Yes.
Okay, I don't mean language wise, I just mean in terms of what I'm actually talking about, because I know that might be weird.
Christina, this song Yuma Yuma at first in the EP for us it was the single of the EP.
Right.
We
Okay.
didn't know. We didn't work on the video. There's no video
Right.
on this song. No
Right.
clip.
Right.
No YouTube clip on this song.
Yeah.
We worked with some young people, and it doesn't match. It was not what we really
Didn't tell the right story.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was not
Yeah.
the right story.
Yeah.
And then there's no video. But this song for us was the single of the EP. But
Yeah.
in fact, doesn't mind. It's not very important. The song is a song. But
Right.
that's the choice. Dream.
Yeah.
Came at first, and we say, "Hey, come on, sing that song at first. It's very important.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
more,
No, it's beautiful.
something new."
It's and I hear a lot of that new wave feel in that song, you know, and I don't know if you know the movie. It's famous here in the States. The Never-Ending Story. Do you know the movie with the big dog? Yeah. That theme song. Yeah. There's something about Yuma Yuma that reminds me of that. And I loved it because it's such a it's funny, a lot of the music reminds me of the 80s, but it doesn't sound old or, you know, not modern to me. It's just, it's got all the good bits. But then all of a sudden, the song gets kind of reggae, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and again, I think that the fact that you can make me remember the 80s and feel like the 80s without sounding like it's from the 80s and it's retro is very cool, because I love all of that. And then again, as I said, reggae. So where did the because that song changes a lot from the beginning to the end.
There's a lot of changes in that song. It's very maybe disappointing for the listener. Because
no, I thought it was really interesting, actually. No, I didn't think it was disappointing at all.
It's like a journey. A journey.
Yeah.
This is a journey into sound. You know the sample.
Yeah. Yeah. But how did you decide to do that? You know, was this a song where the music came first, or the lyrics came first, or was it a jam? How did this one come to be? I know you said you wanted to write a little bit of that, Mark, but I don't know what order that came in.
It's a big work, big work in the.
I love how the thumbs down keeps showing up on the screen. Can you see that? Do you keep seeing it?
Yeah.
First, first EP is 2 years of work. 2 years of work. At first time, what we are doing now? Okay, on envoie. We play it and we try. Okay, something is coming. Okay, one song. Okay, 2 song, and let's go. But it takes times.
Oh yeah.
At first time, okay, 2 years for 5 songs. Then it's
5 good songs, though.
We work on sounds.
2 years for bad songs.
It was a new project. Then
Yeah.
in fact, it was we are in discovering a new way of working with
Right.
3 people.
Right. Because that's a
we came. Yes,
big
we came at
change.
first with the, the Martians was a big band.
Yeah,
We were
let's get
13.
into Le Martians at this point. Why not? We might as well. We can wrap back around to.
Yeah.
I do want to get to Va Chercher and all the other stuff, but let's talk about Le Martians, because this is a band that's been around a long time and has had so many people in it. Because I went to, you have a website linked for Le Martians, but then there's an old website. That's the one I went to, because that's got all the information, and it's just all these people. It's just so many people. And guys, the one of the fun things about the just reading through the website is that the idea is that these are Martians who are invading and decided to take over the airwaves. So it's a fun story. But I mean, that was a big band. So talk to me more about, because you 3 began it, right? And then you had, you said the drummer, you had what's that history there?
Yes, we are. We are the founders of that band, in fact.
Mm-hmm.
And it was really a big band. At the end, we were 13. Saxophone, trumpets, drums, synthesizers, samplers, percussions, chorus, guitar, bass,
singers. Yeah,
13,
you had everybody. Yeah,
13 on the scene.
Too much people, in fact.
Too much people. It was too heavy to. If you want to. Comment on dit tout défendre le truc. Excuse me.
No, it's okay.
Pour faire avancer le projet.
To sell.
Yeah, the marketing of the
the marketing.
Yeah.
The marketing and
the marketing.
And
of
even
the
just trying to
project.
schedule playing and finding a stage big enough for 13 people. There's a lot to that. Yeah. I've been in a band with 6 other people and it was too many. So you had almost twice that. That's a lot of people.
But it was a very good experience.
Yeah.
And with a lot of few friends and many friends, big concerts and lives.
Well,
Big
I mean,
story because a lot of musician, a lot of I can say the Martians was like space invaders.
coming to Earth.
Version
and,
1, version 2,
Yes.
version 3.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
No,
the story.
it was very clever, and I think that idea that on the old website there's a timeline. Okay, here's when we arrive, and now we realize we need to conquer the radio,
team
and now we
two,
need to and it's so smart, and but now there was in Montreal there's a Martians too, right? So was that like people that were in the Marseille Martians and they moved to Montreal, or was it like how did that? Or was
not
this
at all.
It was completely crazy.
The story is about where the Martians began in
94?
94,
Yeah.
95, 96, and it was the beginning of the internet at the
Yeah,
time.
okay, yeah.
and I found it wasn't in Google wasn't there.
No,
at the
I don't even
time.
know how you would have
I
found it, but
in
okay.
Alta Vista. I found that there was another group.
Oh,
whose,
okay, so
name-
you didn't know them.
Les
Okay.
Martians in Montreal,
Yeah.
and I just sent them a message. So,
Yeah,
who are you, and so on.
Yeah.
And they keep in touch with us, and they propose us to play,
Yeah.
to come in Montreal to play,
Yeah.
to play live with them. And before
cool.
they come in Marseille to play with us.
Right?
So
It's so cool.
We did gigs. We did gigs with the group with the same name. Was so
Okay, I
very
wasn't
unusual.
sure. Yeah, I wasn't sure
And-
if
and-
it was
and then
part of
we-
you, but okay, it's just the same name. That's so
And
funny.
then we went to Montreal and we played with them. These are 2 different bands.
Oh yeah.
Les Martians,
Same name.
les Martians
Yeah.
de
Yeah.
Montréal et les Martians de Marseille.
Marseille. Yeah.
Really strange.
That's so funny.
And after that, les Martians, the band, the Martians, les Martians,
Yeah.
stopped playing at in 2002.
De Montréal or de Marseille?
De Marseille.
Okay.
The band stopped because we did an album. You can listen it
Yeah.
on Spotify.
Oh no, I did.
But you did.
That was what a podcast
And-
obligatoire. Is that the one?
That's the first
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
And then then
And,
you had Les Faits Marteaux, I think.
Les Faits Marteaux is the last one we did with the big band.
Those were the only 2 I
with
found on SoundCloud. So there's another one I missed.
Yeah,
How about that? You'll have to send that to me.
There is another secret one.
I want it. I
will
want
se-
it. You have
I
to
will
send it to
you
me. I
the
want
link
it.
if you want. There's
Yeah, I
secret,
do. I
yeah.
want to hear because I
It's
really I
secret.
like Le
Yeah.
Martians music a lot. So yeah. Okay, so you were
And,
saying.
The band stopped because there was no marketing people to promote the album.
Okay.
So the band stopped for any reason. People went in each
did their own
each
thing.
project,
Yeah.
different project, different life, different things. And arrête de me faire chier. And so
You're gonna lose
we
that finger,
stopped
Mark.
in 2002, and for the little story about the Martian and Lank.
Yeah.
Tu me laisses parler, s'il te plaît? And
Yeah, really. Let him talk, guys. Come
we
on.
didn't have to invite him.
Yeah.
No need.
He did. To be fair, he did schedule it. He
I
was
can
gonna
tell
be
all the story. I was there at
we
the
don't need
beginning.
you. They
and
don't
at the
need you.
end.
They don't need you. They could just sit here and kiss and make out and tell me stories, and you could just go hide in the bathroom, Mark. He's saying he doesn't need you. He doesn't need you.
Go to the bathroom. Yeah. Okay.
Go to the bathroom and stay there.
Here, the electronic here.
So just to finish, I
Yeah,
don't want to
yeah.
be too long.
No, no.
The band stopped at 2002, and I had the idea in 2014
Yeah.
for the 12 year jubilee.
Yeah.
Jubilee, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah,
jubilee.
like you yeah.
I found all the people of the first team of the Martians to make the Jubilee live.
Yeah.
And we made 3 or 4 gigs, concerts.
Yeah.
We made rehearsals. We took all the
Only for the
all
pleasure.
songs just for the pleasure.
Yeah, why not? Absolutely.
And it worked.
It was anniversary.
And it worked.
Yeah.
All the
radio
all
and
public,
the yeah,
when and
yeah.
the video and
Yeah.
and so on.
And after that,
And-
Lank.
And the band, all the first members, just taking that for the fun. And
Yeah,
they
but
just
that's
leave
lovely
and
that
that's
you were all
okay.
able to do that. You know, I mean, that you're all still
Yeah,
friends
just-
and you still, and you still have fun together. That's wonderful because that's
That's it,
not
just
that's
for the
that
fun.
doesn't always happen either. You know, a lot of times a band will end and it will end badly. You know, and this did not. It had
Yeah.
run its course. It was time. You know, so yeah,
And after that, we say, all the 3,
yeah,
and now,
yeah.
what we're doing.
So,
We
but
just
now,
wanted
what
to make music more.
what happened between 2002 and 2014? That's 12 years of. Yeah,
Yeah.
there was nothing. I mean, did you?
He creates his music.
I did music on my own,
Okay.
and we made children.
I was gonna say, I think I know where this is going, but there are a lot of words. You are French, so
And
this
I,
could go
and-
any. This could go any.
And
which way.
I divorced. I changed of woman.
Okay, so you no, but
And I-
but you
we-
had life. It
we-
was life. It was
Yes, live. We
Okay.
create music, but only for ourselves.
life. Okay,
We never stopped, in fact.
that's
And at
good.
the moment, we say, okay, it's time to come back and to play and
Okay.
to create something.
So by 2018, the children were old enough, life had settled enough that you could say, let's do something new. We don't need 57 people. We only need 3. And Kalank came into, okay. And so you keep saying it was 2 years as though, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. I think to come from, and it's interesting because Les Martians' music is not unlike Kalank's music, which makes sense to me because, you know, the heart of the bands are both the 3 of you. So, but it is different enough that you probably had to figure out what you wanted Kalank to sound like that wouldn't just be like Les Martians miniature. You know, you had to find your identity, right? So that's going to take time, you know, and it's interesting because I noticed that on Port du casque obligatoire, there's Les Roses. That's from there, right? So I want to talk about Les Roses because, first of all, I just love it. But I, as I said earlier, I found these, what did you call them? Improbable versions of the, it was something like that. Yeah. And so guys, it is the funniest thing because I think most people on Facebook, who are familiar with Calank will understand, that Les Roses came out. That was that was not that long ago, I don't think. A couple months ago, maybe it's September, I want to say. And, so people have heard it. But there are multiple versions of this song, and I'm listening, and I found them on YouTube, so you're not going to see them on Spotify. But there's a folk version, which is very bouncy, 60s kind of monkeys feel to it. There's a dark reggae version, which what? And that's Jean more, right? That's you sang more of that, I think. In the clip, Jean, I think that was mostly you. Or it was a female vox at least, and very sexy, and gritty. Then there's blues, and there's Celtic, and there's disco, and then trap.
The clubbed version.
You're
talking about the clubbed version.
Yeah, no, talk to me about that, because it was so cool, but I feel like there was more to it than that I don't know.
About the first version, about the second version.
Okay. So, no.
Mark, you need your own microphone.
I would say it don't understand at all. So
Christina.
what you were listening in the improbable version?
Yeah.
So
Improbable. Yeah, yeah.
Just I was just playing with the IA.
Oh, AI. It's right. It's artificial intelligence.
AI,
I gotcha.
sorry.
Okay,
AI.
I see.
So
Okay. I was wondering how
I was
you did all that.
just
Okay.
playing with a website when
Okay.
you just put on your lyrics on it, and you just playing with that, and it would just you throw your songs
Fucking game.
songs from nothing. It's just a game.
But you know
So,
what? It worked though. It was cool.
Yeah,
it
it's
was really
incredible.
cool.
It's incredible. So I I had a lot of fun with that. I was laughing when I was
really-
listening on the results.
I loved it though. I
AI.
did because it's so smart. Like I'm thinking of Death Pigeon. Death Pigeon does this thing where JD will send out his songs to different kinds of musicians, and they will remix them for him. And so you will get like an EDM dance version of something that's historically much more darker metal. And it works. And you wouldn't necessarily think it. But I love hearing a song that I know that I like in a completely different way. And it really, that explains a lot, because I'm like, I know that's not Dreen's voice doing the Celtic. I know that's not her. So I was like, who the hell is that?
We're honest. We didn't make it all. It's just the lyric.
Yeah.
The clip interpreted.
But it's so fun though.
Rejugating by the AI.
Yeah.
It's
but it's fun. It's fun.
It's fun.
And again,
you
to clarify,
to make people listen that what an AI can do with some lyrics.
Yeah,
and
it's
was
remarkable.
just a fun. I would like to share, just for that, because I was very impressed by that.
Yeah, no, it's that's one of the cool uses of artificial intelligence. There are others that are not so great, but no, and it was amazing to me how well it worked in all different genres. That like there was nothing where I was really wondering how you guys made a trap version of Les Roses, because I was like, where did this go? But it's great though. It's so much fun. It's like this. There was a song in I think it was the early 2000s called Dilemma.
That's the nerd.
It reminded me of that. Yeah, it was just so
Christina?
trippy. Talk to me, Mark. What? Say what? What? Yeah. Did Mark want to?
But it's a huge selection.
Okay.
Huge selection.
So you can just choose any genre.
All the AI propose.
Amazing.
a big time, a lot of time. It's just rubbish.
Yeah.
You just
You don't. Yeah.
skip it,
Yeah.
and get
You
one.
kept the ones you like.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's okay. I keep it, but the most of the time, it's just rubbish.
No good. Okay.
You're playing the same game, man, with the IA. I know that. Huh?
I may
You're
have
playing
to
with
go look
this.
at that. I may have to. Yeah, no, we every once in a while I'll put in a like a prompt or something where I'll say like, oh, our name or so, voxandstix or whatever. And I put up a bunch of the pictures that came out of it once on Facebook, and it was like, a woman with a microphone growing out of her face or something horrible. It was like, so a lot of it is absolute trash, but I'm impressed that you guys got what you got out of that. But I mean, like, I think lyrically, Les Roses is one of my favorites. And one of the reasons for that, and again, as I understood the lyrics at least, and I might have been misinterpreting them, but it sounded to me like a song about a lover who really only gave just enough to keep the person interested. You're throwing me coins so I can eat and drink, but basically you're leaving me here, and it was a real feel. Again, I might be wrong, but like one of the things I loved is that you have that play on words in the chorus.
Yes.
And I'm gonna butcher it, but I believe it was something like "Tu me donnes l'amour ou bien la mort," right? So it's you give me love or death. And I love that because, like, for anyone who's, also doesn't speak French like me, it just that it only works in French, because l'amour, L'Amour, is love, and l'amour,
in English, you give me love or you give me death.
But it's so
it's
clever
very, very
in
serious.
French. It's very clever in French because it sounds so great. And I mean, am I right about the content of the lyrics? It's that it's this feeling of just like it's something like you give me roses, but I mean, just being pricked by the thorns isn't proof that you love me, something like that. And I loved all the imagery in that, or at least as I understood it. So tell me the story of the lyrics for that, because it's a very did that start back with Les Martians, because it is on one of the albums. Okay,
it's a very, very in fact, it's a very, very old song coming from the Martians. And this song was not on the CD, on a AP,
right.
And it never sounds on the radio. Only on live. And we say we talk together and we say, okay, we can do it ourselves with the Kalang versions.
Yeah.
And this song is talking, but there's a lot of comment on dit couche?
Levels or
there's a lot of levels in this song.
Yeah.
In fact, it's talking about heads.
Really?
Yes, because you give me love, you give me death.
Wow.
That's the real meaning of that song. That's the real story of that song. We are in 1994.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, now you understand.
So is the prick from a needle? Is that
it's talking about ads. It's talking about clochard, super tramps, brigades, tramps.
Okay.
You know?
No. That one I didn't get.
Comment on dit?
Beggar.
Beggar.
Oh, a beggar. Oh, beggars, like people who have no homes, that kind of, yeah, okay. Okay.
It's
I got
talking
you.
about homeless. It's talking about ads.
Supertramp is a band, and I got very confused.
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
Wait, it's about AIDS and
Tramp,
Supertramp. Like,
I
even
know
for
it's a band.
Mark,
Thank you.
I'm like, I know.
I love
didn't
that
understand.
band. Maybe I had some.
Like, wait,
much.
what?
Okay.
Even for Kalank, that's a strange combination of things. But okay.
Oh, it's okay.
I got
Christina.
you now. Okay.
Keep quiet. Keep quiet. No, it's talking about this problem
Gotcha.
in these years, in fact. But it's poetic. Then, in fact, you can or you saw it, you see it, or you listen to it, or you can. You're not obliged to understand it.
Yeah. Right. You don't. Right.
You heard
you
it.
can hear it as a love story that's not great. You can understand that it's about AIDS. There are levels, right? So people.
That's
can,
a second degree.
Yeah.
That's few degree in that song.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the message.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Now I have to go back and listen to it with that. Okay. Okay.
Just to add a thing, Les Roses, this song is from the Martians, but it's if you listen carefully to the Martian, there's a bright side with very happy songs, and there is dark side with very sad song, very dark songs like Les Roses, like Lindu, like Kurdistan.
Yeah.
I don't know if you had listened to everything.
Yeah.
And we took this song from Les Martians because it was close to the universe of Clank.
Yeah.
In terms of darkness and so
right.
Les Roses was had the climate ideal for Clank.
Yeah, no, it makes a lot of sense because there are songs that I hear you. I hear, Mark, I hear Jeff, I hear Jean, I hear you in Les Martians music. But I mean, the version that's on the Les Martians album is much more bluesier. There's, guitar, and it's a whole other, it's more like a Smith song. It's a very different thing. And so that's not what you three do as Kalank. It's a different feel. So, but I could hear the seeds of it in there. So I understand why you pulled that as opposed to like a Blanchetta or something like that, where it's not a great song, but not gonna fit with what that's almost like a 50s kind of, and I see where you changed, and I'm curious about that because obviously not having all the horns and not having all of the percussion, but you could say, well, we had to make the music sound different, but you can make whatever you want. You can add in anything that you want electronically. So it's not like you couldn't have kept more of that sound. So when you decided to create Kalank, was it like a conversation that you all had about this is the kind of sound we want to go for, or was it just you sat down, you jammed together, and you discovered? Did you decide on your sound, or did you discover your sound? I guess is a shorter way to ask.
Oh, I think we discover the bands because Jeff has a lot of machines and electronic machines. I'm only writers. I write the lyrics. I have the melody in my head. I sing the song.
Mm-hmm.
I have a voice. Okay, that's the same. I think for Dream, and the machine was here. The musician is there. drink. The musician is that man. But I think I don't play guitar. I don't play bass.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a bass at home. I've got a little piano at home, but I'm not a musician. I got a ears, and I do what I can, but I didn't. I'm not really a musician. It's only in my head, and I need that man to play it and to create the music.
I understand what you're saying.
And we express ourselves, and we do it together?
Yeah.
It was, in fact, it was a practical idea, because the Martians, when we did Jubilee for the 20
Right, your
20
reunion, the anniversary,
the reunion and the and all the people from the band was living a little far from Marseille, so it was very complicated to do to plan
get everyone to get
rehearsals, and it was very complicated. So when we decided to make a band, it was a compact thing. So
it's much easier to
it's easier to plan rehearsals and so on.
Absolutely.
And when you manage to have all the machines, the computer, and so on, it's so easy to make your music, to make the music's done,
right,
and
you're not dependent on the people as much, especially for the kind of music that you guys generally are making. You can do that, and it works. So I can't even imagine trying to coordinate with 13 people. I really can't. That's insane to me. It's just so many people.
It's too complicated.
Too many people to schedule. Yeah, no, I really. Okay, so it was a matter of simplifying, and then discovering who you were going to be now as the trio.
We are in the 21st century, and we think of why not go electronic.
Yeah. No, it's very cool, and it really suits you all too, because again, I think that the humanity of what I heard in Les Martians was not lost in the electronic, and I think that that's something for me with EDM, any kind of electronic music. I always assess. I mean, if I'm listening to an Electric Tardigrade or a Star Uni, or bands or musicians who work in electronic and that's their playground, I gravitate to those who keep heart in their music, where it doesn't sound like something that AI could have just spit out, like a series of sound. And I hear that with you three, and some of it is the vocals, but even on a song like Jacqueline, where there's much less in terms of vocals, or at least lyrics, it's still there. The personality is still in it. The heart is still in it. The story is still in it. Like I want a story, even if it's a musical story, not a lyrical one, with the dynamic and the build, and, or if you did something, like in Uma Yuma, where you're changing from, more of a piano to a new wave to a reggae, where there's a story there. There's like you said, a journey there. And I look for that. So I think it's just so elegant that the three of you were able to take what you did with 10 other people, boil it down to the founders, and then change it into what you wanted it to be, where you kept a lot of what you had, but you've added all this other stuff, and it's a different band. It's a different band, but I just, and it's also just fun for me as a musician to watch how you guys changed from 30 years ago musically. I mean, that's a long career. I mean, I know half of it was, sort of life-based or whatever, but you were still making music. We just didn't get to hear it. So I really, I hope everyone who's watching will go through and listen, because, there is something for everybody in Kalank's music. Like there really is. It's if you like dance music, it's there. If you like torch songs, more, goth, emo, whatever kind of music, it's there. If you like swingier stuff, it's there. If you like poppier stuff, it's there. If you like rock, it's there. So, and it's just the way that you put it into this stew, and it comes out differently every time, so it's definitely Kalank, but it's not the same song over and over and over again. And it's not Les Martians minus 10 people, it's its own band. And I respect that so much.
Typically music is a big experience
Oh yeah.
We can do what you want in music.
Yeah.
It depends of your head, of your hand, of your mind.
How
Do what
creative you
want,
are.
man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, who you
Right,
are, your life,
But
what you listen to,
yes,
what you're thinking about.
right. What you're watching on TV, what you're inspired by. Yeah, that's true. It's true.
I've got a question for you.
Yeah.
What's it's your favorite song?
Song?
Of Lank? Yeah.
That's
And why?
mean to make me answer that. I have to pick. It depends on what I want from it, if that makes sense. So if I want to just dance and have a good time and have fun and I might say Jacqueline. If I want to think more, feel more, it might be Belle de Nuit, it might be Le Rose, it might be I mean I also like Si J'avais Su. I don't know that I can pick. I'm sorry. I know I should, but because they do different things for me.
Thank you for this.
Yeah, no, they do different things for me, and I think that's really what it is. So, like, Si J'avais Su for me more is like that's very new wave, Erasure, Depeche Mode. That's very up tempo, very cheerful. I get more of a like a bouncy feel from that. This even the synth at the end is the solo is very cheerful. It's very bright. If I want something where I'm just in a darker mood, I might go to Romeo Chernobyl. I might. So I can't. It sounds like I'm punting, but I'm being honest. I can't say it's this one. It's just this one because it each time I listened, in the last week, a different song resonated with me in a different way. And it depended on my mood. It depended on...
And a different time. Okay.
Yeah. So I really... And that's kind of what I mean, that there's something for everybody in there. There's also something for every mood in there, and I think that, but like, I'm going to butcher saying this, but Poudre, like that's a very... All the opera... and I mean, I was like, where did this come from? But I was in it, and I liked how you started it with it, and you ended it with it, and you had
That's
this
very
whole...
interesting for us, It's very interesting for us.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
The opera in Poudre was put on at the last minute.
Okay.
Wasn't scheduled at all at the first time. Poudre was recorded like this, and in the last meaning, in the last mixes of the song, I thought it lacks something. It lacks something.
Oh, no kidding.
And yeah, and and I searched for classical samples.
Oh, so you knew you wanted something like, okay.
I wanted because in the song there is some violins.
Yeah.
There's some violins. There's some
there's more orchestral pieces.
classical pieces.
Yeah.
And I said it likes something a bit like an old school fashion thing.
Like something more dramatic or something more
dramatic,
okay.
more cinematic. And then I put this sample.
No, it works
perfectly.
Yeah.
It was something magical because the sample was the sample, and it fits perfectly in the song.
Yeah, I would not have ever guessed that it wasn't part of it from the beginning. That's surprising to me because it works. It works so well, especially for like a new wave.
Nothing to say. No, you know what?
You
That's
just
great
took the
man.
mic just to take it.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Oh my goodness. All right, listen, just before we wrap up a little bit here, I just want to sort of summarize everything that we've talked about here. So I do want everyone watching to go and listen to Lank because they're there and they're awesome, and you see how fun and nice they are, right? And so you guys, there's support there could be more, so please like, follow, subscribe, do all the things. Go find their YouTube, go look up Les Martians stuff. It's there. I think it was SoundCloud, right? Is that where all of that is?
Yeah, and on YouTube.
And YouTube, sure. Yeah. And the
Yes,
videos, all of the videos that they have are very trippy. They're very surreal. They're very, the imagery, you got men missing their mouths. You have, poodles, driving in cars. You've got flowers opening. There's all kinds of stuff going on. If you just, those of you who partake of a bowl of stuff every once in a while could just sit there stoned out of your mind and watch their videos and be totally fine. You would be good to go. So it's there's a lot of fun and there's a lot of good music there for you guys to discover. And I really am so I'm so glad that you three decided to come back together and make a new project like this, because you clearly had a lot left to say after the Martians ended, and I'm glad that we're getting to hear it. So what's next for Lank? I know you just had the new single come out, but this will probably be March-ish when people are watching. So do you have new songs in the pipeline? Are you going to start working on something? Are there things that are ready?
That's a big question.
You're like, we don't know.
Okay. Next, then, in fact, yes, we have some songs in the house.
Okay.
In the house, in the pipe. I think we are going to fruit it out, but it makes time. And okay. But we are going in the future with some maybe disco sound. It will be crazy.
I can see that. I can see it.
It's very difficult since Jacqueline is out. It's very difficult to put something new and but Jacqueline is an indication of what
What's
maybe
to come. Okay.
would come.
Okay,
it's a surprise.
I got it.
Just
I'm going to request a song about a snail and a lion fighting a cat.
And a cat.
I feel like it's a natural thing at this point. I know it's not from the TV, Mark, but I feel like you could do something with that. Maybe a song about Supertramp. Who knows? All these things could happen. But okay, listen, this is about to be the strangest part of the interview for you three, if you can imagine you have not already encountered it yet. But before we go, I like to end every episode with a little segment that I call In the Vox Seat. I have asked every single musician who's been on this show the same 5 questions, okay? And so for each of you, I'm going to ask you, and you can answer as much or as little of it as you want. But the first question is, for each of you, if you had to describe Lank's music in 5 words or less, what would you say? It got very quiet. Very, very quiet. Okay, Jeff is going to take it first.
5 words.
5 words or
5
less for
words.
each. You each get 5 words or less. So it doesn't have to be a sentence. It could just be individual words. People do it all different ways.
Dark, trippy, stupid.
Jean does not like that third word.
And fun.
And fun. Okay, dark, trippy, stupid,
Just
and fun.
words.
Okay, that you don't need to use all 5. That's
French.
fine. In French. Yeah, you could do it in French.
Fucking man.
Is that
5
2?
words.
Yeah. Fucking
Human?
man makes the music. Yeah.
Now,
Human.
At first, human.
Okay. Yeah, it's not so easy, is it?
No,
not
it's
that
not so easy. Comment je dirais?
You can say it in French if you want. That's absolutely fine.
No. Human, love, critic,
Huh.
life,
You don't have to use 5.
and the 5th one. Yes, I'm obliged. The 5th one.
You two are funny.
Solution.
Okay. I like
You've got
that.
to find one solution for after.
I like that. Okay. Okay. All right, Dreen, I know you're not happy about this, but go ahead.
They say ho.
Express yourself.
So I don't know, French
Yeah,
music.
French is fine. Yeah, French music.
touch. A melting pot of different style.
Melting
And,
pot of different style. Okay. That's 5. I'll take those. No, but that's perfect.
Okay.
I love that. That's because it does distill everything. So with what they said, with what the men said, I like that especially. Okay. See, you did it. Wasn't easy, but you did it. Okay, so for each of you then, your favorite thing about being a musician. I don't know why I expected you to start singing just now, Jeff. The way you took the mic, it was very like, and I la vie en rose. Yeah.
Jacqueline sur son chien. My favorite thing about being a musician is when I do music, everything else doesn't exist anymore.
Something different from me. Then, yeah, you have to. For me, the more important, maybe because I'm writing the lyrics, that the message I've got to send. The message.
Yeah. Okay, so you're conveying what you want to with the lyrics. Okay. Okay.
For me, it's the same of you say.
Oh, the same as Jeff about everything else.
Yes.
Okay. I love that. Okay.
That's why it's a couple.
Right. I think maybe what they're trying to say, Mark, is that when they play music, everything else disappears, including you and the cat and the snail and the air and the it's all gone. They're all gone. Everything's gone. It's just the house. It's all gone. The cliffs, they're gone. The sea, it's gone. It's just all gone. I understand that though, especially in this world, anything that gets you peace.
That's the magic of making music.
Yeah.
Everything disappears.
Yeah.
The time disappear.
Yeah. I'm also going to guess that another favorite thing for all three of you is working together. I have to think that's part of it. They're like, maybe. Okay, but so now the other side of that question is, what is your least favorite thing about being a musician? If you have one, you might not.
When you do live, you know, you have a lot of matos. Comment tu dis matos?
Machines.
Yeah.
Machines.
Yeah.
Equipment.
Yeah, I knew it. Somebody always says this.
Oh, you have to.
Yeah. That's a big thing. Just carrying everything, putting everything in the car.
Everything.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, I'm right there with you, Dreen. I totally understand. Okay. Usually it's the drummer who says that, but the machines make a big that's at least as much as drums. So okay. All right, carrying shit. Okay, Jeff, Mark, who's going next?
I don't know. I really don't know. When I play music, I take pleasure. Then
Okay.
In fact,
So you don't have a least favorite thing. You like it all?
I like it all. Yes, I'm coming every week in her home, and I've got to take my motorbike. And when it's very, when the weather's not good, it's a shit. In fact, I've got to make some kilometers to come here and play some music.
So it's the commute then. It's your travel. That's the part.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. All right. So we've got equipment and the travel.
That's why
All
we
right,
create
Jeff.
Jacqueline.
Yeah. What about you, Jeff? Your least favorite thing?
the least favorite thing is it's about a little like Trin said is packing
Yeah.
other things and things like that. But it's only when you play live. But
Right.
the least thing I like to be musicians is when nobody listen to your music.
Yeah. Every single person watching this just went,
Yeah.
yes. Because that's the thing. That's the whole point of this community
Yeah.
that we're all creating, is to be
To be
heard.
listened.
And
Yeah,
yes,
to be
to
heard.
see and hear
Yeah.
and listen to each other, and
Mm.
to say what you're doing matters. It matters. And I can tell you, as someone, hours and hours and hours and thousands of miles away, that, having found Kalank and listened to your music, my life is better for it. And I know I'm not the only person. So even if you don't hear that much, it's there. But it's a good lesson for people watching, for anybody. Tell the band, tell the musician when you listen, tell them that you like it, tell them that it affected you in some way, or at least tell them that you just heard it. It makes a big deal. You're exactly right. Like that's the worst thing, is that people will say, you go on Facebook and you put up a funny joke and dozens of people, hundreds of people will like it. But you put out a song that you spent 4 months on and maybe one person will react. And it's like,
Will
what
listen.
the fuck is that? Yeah, it's horrible. Yeah, I totally understand that. It is one of the weirdest things about being any kind of an artist, that you can pour your heart and soul into something and then just, so, okay. All right. This one I'm interested, because we didn't talk directly about influences. We just talked about the stuff that you guys listen to. So for each of you, and a lot of people hate me for this question, so I apologize in advance, but
Come on.
if you had to choose just one album to listen to for the rest of your life, just one album, what album would it be and why?
For me,
Jeff's face. Jeff is done. Jeff's gonna go fight a snail.
I
He's
think
done.
we have a lot of problem here.
Okay.
For me, I think I will listen to Pink Floyd.
Okay. The Wall,
because,
Dark Side of the Moon. Which album would you pick?
I Wish You Were Here.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. This album and that group, because of the lyrics, the minds, the guitar, the drummer, the orchestration. It's a very, very big band, and for me, that's the starting of hard rock music, of all a lot of music. Pink Floyd, for me, it's great. It's not the only one, of course, but
Sure. But that's the one that
it's
came to
impossible.
mind. So okay, that's it. But Pink
Floyd-
Floyd's very popular around here.
I'm going to be cool when I'm listening to Pink Floyd. I'm going to be cool in my mind.
Okay.
It's very special.
Okay. No, that's a
That's
good
not
answer.
the only one, huh?
No, but you only get one, so that's it.
Okay.
You're done. That's it. You can only listen to that forever now. You're done. Now, Gene and Jeff have a little bit of an advantage because they live together, so technically they get 2 albums they can share. But if you were in your own rooms forever, we have to. So, okay, who wants to take it next? One
Where is
album
the
for the rest of
Joker?
the Joker.
The Joker, yes. Y a pas un Joker?
Okay.
You don't want to answer
She- the question. She doesn't know.
Okay.
She doesn't know.
You refuse to answer. That's okay. You can do that.
She
It's too hard.
she think of it.
No, I don't think she's
Very,
going to think of
very
it. She's
hard
saying
question.
no.
It's
She's
a
saying
very
it is a
hard
very.
question.
I know, but you
There
know
is
the
so
reason I
beautiful-
ask it, because it is a very difficult question. I'm glad I don't
so
have to
much
answer it.
beautiful albums over there.
It's always interesting to me why people pick things. So
Okay.
that's the thing that I'm really interested in. But fortunately, this isn't a real problem. You will never actually
She
only
knows.
have one album. So just to pretend with me, what would you say?
She knows.
Oh, okay.
Alors là, comment le dire en anglais?
You can say it in French.
Mozart,
Oh,
the Requiem of Mozart.
wow. Okay, great answer. Can you tell me a little about why? Besides the
Why?
fact that it's amazing? Yeah.
Because it's... je sais pas, c'est incroyable, c'est
It is incredible. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Incredible.
yeah, absolutely.
It's,
Okay.
Je peux l'écouter en boucle. I can listen it
Yeah. Over and over and over and you not get tired of it. Yeah, okay.
over and over.
Okay. Great answer. I don't no one's said that before, so that's a great answer. See, I knew you would think of something if you wanted to. All right, Jeff, it's your moment. This is it.
Yeah, it's my moment.
Great moments, man.
Great moment. Okay. I have an album I love for the sound, for the imagination, for the period, from the production, for the
Okay.
sound, for the lyrics, for the singer. You will be surprised.
I
It's
love
not
that
Pink
you
Floyd,
gave the
it's not
reasons
classic,
first.
it's
I
not the
love that you
Beatles.
gave the-
I love
because now I'm
the
like, what is
Beatles, I
it?
love the Pink Floyd. I love
Okay.
Square Pusher. I love Afex Twin. I love Afex Twin.
Okay.
For me, it's a genius. But the album I like to listen in vinyl, it's Frankie Goes to Hollywood. the first album.
What? Oh my God. Oh,
Great album. What a great album.
Jeff.
The production
Okay.
is just amazing.
I kind of love that answer. I do. And I love that you started with your reasons because
You know this album? You know it?
I mean,
Frankie Goes to Hollywood.
I know Relax. I know that song.
Relax.
I think
just
that's
listen to it.
Maybe the only
Just
one I know from that band, but it might be the kind of thing where
Welcome
I
to the Pleasure Dome. This is the name of the album. Welcome to the Pleasure Dome.
Okay.
It's just fantastic. It's my absolute sounding in
Okay.
terms of production.
Okay.
It's so beautiful.
Yeah, why
it's,
not? Wow. Okay, I will have to listen to it. I will. I'm curious because again,
Just
I mean, I do like that one song. You know, it's just I don't know if all of their music is like
you
that.
know, relax. You know, maybe
Yeah.
two tribes gonna want da 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 da. You know,
Oh, maybe.
just listen
That's
to
what I was
some-
gonna say. There might
Welcome
be
to the
songs
Pleasure
I
Dome.
know, but I
It's
don't realize.
really
them. Okay, no, I will. I'm
good,
very curious. Okay.
Nothing to throw away. It's really good
Okay.
from the beginning to the end. It's a double album, 2 vinyls. Fantastic.
I love this band that it is Pink Floyd, Mozart, and Frankie Goes to Hollywood. I love that.
Why not?
Somehow that makes perfect sense for the three of you together. So, okay, no, I will have to go and check that out because I especially because of the why. Your reasons are very interesting to me. I got to go and be like, all right, let me listen to that. Let me listen to what they did there. But okay, this is it. This is the last question. You've done it. You've survived. You've
Yeah.
made it through. This is, I'm going to tell you right now, the weirdest fucking question, but so many people care so much about this answer. I cannot explain it to you. It has become such a thing in this community. Battles have been fought, snails and lions alike. Friendships have been ended and forged. It's a whole thing, okay? But here it is. For each of you, your toilet paper roll. When you put the toilet paper on the holder, does the toilet paper come from over the top or do you pull it out from under the bottom, and why? I'm going to go to the lady first, the lady of the house.
J'ai pas compris la question.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't know how to say it in French. Or some other way.
What is it, this question?
It's how I roll, baby.
I
That's the
don't
question.
understand.
C'est très bizarre, but it's my
Where
question.
is
The
the
last
problem?
question. This is it. What is it? What is your answer? How does your toilet paper go?
At the top or under?
Or some other way.
Under.
Under. Pourquoi?
This is not the
Pourquoi?
good choice.
Pourquoi? Pourquoi?
Pourquoi?
Pourquoi?
Pourquoi
Oui, pourquoi?
C'est lui qui m'a dit ça. It's rock and roll, you know? In the toilets, very rock and roll.
You have to understand, you have just become a heroine for members of the community who never, ever, ever hear under. Almost everyone chooses a different one. So there you go. Dom, Dreen is in your under army now. She's there. I'm going to have to go to Jeff now because I need to see if the answer is the same.
No. Different.
Give him the mic. Tell me the story. Go ahead.
I just put it in the other way than Drain does it.
Over.
Yeah, over. Yeah.
A mixed relationship.
So-
Okay.
Yeah.
Over.
So when we need to replace the role, every time she puts it in this way near the wall,
You change-
and I take it and I put it reverse.
Oh my goodness. I can't. Okay, so I have to explain. This is, I know it's such a, and I'm not going to forget about you, Mark, don't worry, but it's such a weird question. And the first time I asked it, I had no idea that people would have such strong feelings about it. But we have 4 categories of answers that we have a little tally at every show. We add it up, and the categories are over, like you, Jeff, under, like you, Dreen, other, which is people who put it sideways, or they use a bidet, or there's something. And then there's a category called Dean. Dean is a member of the band The Other Broken Ones, and Dean is what I call a shit goblin. I'm not going to try to translate that into French, but it's a somebody. What he does is he will go into someone's house, and whatever direction it is,
I'll switch the role,
to.
whichever direction it's not.
So if it's over, he will change it under. If it's under, he will change it over. Now, I can't put you in the Dean category, Jeff, because you are just always putting it under. And Dreen is always, you're always putting it over, and Dreen is always putting it under. But that's very interesting. So you two have fights, little toilet paper fights back and forth. Wow. And you're still together.
It's a spice of life.
That's it. This is how they keep the love alive. It's the toilet paper. Okay, Mark, this is it. You are the deciding vote. What do you say?
Oh yes, okay. At first, I've got to find the light on.
Okay, that's good.
I put the light on, and after, it's coming as it works.
Oh, so you don't care?
Never mind the sense.
Okay, so you
Not
don't
obliged.
you don't care. It could be over
No,
or
I
under. You
don't
don't care.
care. It's
So
cool.
you are. So we have an
No.
under, an over, and an other.
No.
Look at that. We have one of each.
The better it's going to work. That's the better for me.
As long as it gets the job done, Mark is happy
Yes,
with it. So
thank
there
you.
you have it. We have a band split. We have an over, an under, and an other. This is tremendous. I respect that you have all managed to be together for 30 years with this kind of serious division among you of toilet paper. And this is why I asked the question, because it's the love, people, that holds them together. It's not the toilet paper, it's the love. Mark, Dreen, Jeff, this has been lovely. I'm so glad you came on this show to talk to me, and I'm so glad that I got a chance to just listen to your music and enjoy it without any distraction. I hope you keep making music for as long as you've been making it. Do another 30 years of whatever Calanque has in store. Guys, I really want you to go and love them up, support them, like the page, go subscribe on YouTube. As I said, do all the things. And as you release new music, make sure that you let me know so I can share it around.
Thank you, Christina, for your invitation.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Vox and Stix. Thank you, Vox and guests. Thank you, band together, because it's very important, that group on
There we go.
Facebook. Okay.
There you go.
And thank you for all. It's very, very important what you're doing for indie music.
Oh, well, my pleasure. And it's the whole community doing it. So including you, because I notice you guys share and support everyone else too. And that's the whole thing. But thank you again. Thank you for what you said. Merci beaucoup.
Merci.
Au revoir.
Thank
Au revoir.
you. Bye-bye.
Thank you guys.
Au
That's
revoir.
another Vox and guest in the books. We'll see you next time. Bye. Au revoir.